From Department of Computer Science and Engineering, I would like to welcome all for video lecturer on Cyber Security course with Anna University syllabus on Regulation 2021. Unit 5 in Cyber Security is Intrusion Prevention. Before entering into the topic, we have to know what is intrusion and why we have to prevent it. First topic is firewalls and intrusion prevention systems. Basically, intrusion is a security event or a combination of multiple security events that constitutes a security incident in which an intruder gains or attempts to gain access to a system or system resource without having authorization to do so. An intrusion prevention system is a network security tool which is used to monitor a network for malicious activity and takes action to prevent it, including reporting, blocking, or dropping it when it does occur. Generally, intrusion prevention system is placed in line directly in the flow of network traffic between the source and destination. This is what differentiates IPS from its predecessor, the intrusion detection system. And the actions can include sending an alarm to the administrator, dropping the malicious packets, blocking traffic from the source address, and resetting the connection, also configuring firewalls to prevent future attacks. As an inline security component, the intrusion prevention system must be able to work efficiently to avoid degrading network performance, work fast because exploits can happen in near real time, also detect and respond accurately to eliminate threats and false positives. For intrusion prevention, a firewall is used. Generally, a firewall is a network security device that monitors and filters incoming and outgoing network traffic based on an organization's previously established security policies. As its most basic, a firewall is essentially the barrier that sits between a private internal network and the public internet. Also, it is a necessary part of any security architecture and takes the guesswork out of the host level protections and entrust them to your network security device. The goals of firewalls are all traffic from inside to outside and vice versa. Also, only authorized traffic as defined by the local security policy will be allowed to pass, and the firewall itself is immune to penetration. So this implies the use of the hardened system with a secured OS, trusted computer systems that are suitable for hosting a firewall and often required in government applications. Especially, the next generation firewalls focus on blocking malware and application layer attacks. Along with an integrated intrusion prevention system, these next generation firewalls are able to react quickly and seamlessly to detect and combat attacks across the whole network. It can act on previously set policies to better protect your network and can carry out quick assessments to detect invasive or suspicious activity such as malware and shut it down. By leveraging a firewall for your security infrastructure, you are setting up your computer network with specific policies to allow or block incoming and outgoing traffic. The next topic is firewall characteristics and access policy. General characteristics of firewalls are various protection levels, wireless network protection, internet and network access, blockage against unauthorized access, protection against malware, provide access only to valid data packets, provision of different configurations, provision of numerous security policies, allowing to pass authorized traffic that fulfills a set of rules, and a firewall functions like an immune system for malware and unauthorized access. Therefore, it ensures a secure system and an OS. The firewall access policies are IP address and protocol values, application protocols, user identity, and network activity. In case of an IP address and protocol values, it controls access based on the source or destination addresses and port numbers, direction of flow being inbound or outbound, and other network and transport layer characteristics. This type of filtering is used by packet filter and stateful inspection firewall. It is typically used to limit access to specific services. Then next one is application protocol. It controls the access on the basis of authorized application protocol data. This type of filtering it is used by an application level gateway that relays and monitors the exchange of information for specific application protocols. Example, checking SMTP mail for spam or HTTP web requests to authorized sites only. User identity it controls access based on the user's identity, typically for inside users who identify themselves using some form of secure authentication technology like IP section. And the network's activity controls access based on consideration such as the time or request. Example, only in business hours. Rate of request, example like to detect scanning attempts or other activity patterns. The capabilities of firewalls are it defines a single choke point that attempts to keep unauthorized users out of the protected network, that prohibit potentially vulnerable services from entering or leaving the network, and provide protection from various kinds of IP spoofing and routing attacks. The use of a single choke point simplifies security management because security capabilities are consolidated on a single system or set of systems. A firewall it provides a location for monitoring security related events, audits, and alarms. It can be implemented on the firewall systems. Also, it is a convenient platform for several internet functions that are not security related. These include a network address translator which maps local addresses to internet addresses, and a network management function that audits or logs internet usage. The firewall can also serve as the platform for IP. The following are the firewall security techniques that are service control. That is, the service control shall specify the form of internet services that are available inbound or outbound. If it is enabled to funnel data using IP addresses and TCP port, have a proxy application that collects and translates each service request before transmitting it, or host the web server itself like a web or mail. Then second one is direction control. In direction control, it defines the path in which a complex service request can be launched and passed across the firewall. Third one is user control. That is, it regulates access to a program that the customer attempts to enter. And the final one is behavior control. That is, it regulates how specific services need to be employed. The benefits of firewalls are, first one is keeps a close look on network traffic. That is, all the advantages of firewall protection comes with network traffic monitoring. Information from an in-client's applications provides ways to disrupt the activities. Firewalls use preset guidelines and filters to retain the networks secure by tracking and evaluating network traffic. Users should control the security rate with a skilled IT team depending on the details of the data in and out from the firewall. The second benefit is significant obstacle against viruses. That is, nobody will close to the digital activities quicker, and more recently that an intrusion by viruses. Thousands of potential attacks are developed daily. Web users must maintain and protect their systems from such attacks. The potential to monitor the access points on the device and avoid malware attacks is one of the most apparent advantage of firewall. Depending on the type of malware, the risk to the devices can be enormously considerable. The next benefit of firewall is secure from hacking. That is, with the evolution of technology, firms, patents are shifting further into digital activities, but criminals and spammers are also moving towards digital trends to perform harmful jobs. So the firewalls have become ever more relevant with increasing computer fraud and offenders retaining rehabilitation systems because they prohibit hackers from obtaining unwanted access. The next benefit is it prevents from spyware. That is quite an advantage. In a data driven environment, it is to avoid spyware from having access and coming through the networks. When networks get increasingly sophisticated and robust, hackers often utilize entrances to achieve greater access to the systems. Undeeded individuals have access to spyware and malware programs to hack the networks, manipulate the machines, and steal the data. It is one of the most popular methods. Firewalls act as a significant barrier to these harmful systems. Then the next benefit is promotion of privacy. That is, the promotion of privacy is an overall advantage. It acting efficiently and effectively to maintain the data and consumers' information secure. We create a privacy framework that the users will trust. Nobody prefers to steal their private details, mainly if this evidence should have been taken to avoid intrusion. In comparison, improved data security technologies will give enterprises and consumers a strategic edge and sales point. The profit improves the sensitivity of the business data. Finally, the limitations of firewalls are the firewalls cannot protect against the attacks that bypass the firewall. Internal systems may have dial-out or mobile broadband capability to connect to an ISP. An internal LAN may support a modem pool that provides dial-in capability for traveling employees and telecommuters. The firewall may not protect fully against the internal threats such as a disgruntled employee or an employee who unfittingly cooperates with an external attacker. An improperly secured wireless LAN may be accessed from outside the organization. An internal firewall that separates portions of an enterprise network cannot guard against wireless communications between local systems on different sides of the internal firewall. A laptop, PDA, or portable storage device may be used and infected outside the corporate network and then attached and used internally. Thank you.